What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I was going to shoot a different video today, but as you can see, it's pretty dreary and rainy. I do need it to be pretty nice out to do the video I was planning on doing. But all this rain gives me just a minute to talk to you guys about something that is very important in the Jeep community, and that is standing out, being different, and having a one-of-one Jeep. Now, stock my Jeep may have a twin somewhere out there built exactly the same from the factory. Even just a dealership order, could be a custom order from somebody that's watching this video right now. It could be a Rubicon with the LED package, cloth seats, painted fender flares, winter weather group, and all the goodies that I ended up getting, and some of the things that I decided not to get because I was going to upgrade them later down the road anyway. Now, Jeeps, in my personal opinion, reflect the personality of the person who's driving it. And that's the great thing about Jeeps is, it really shows who you are, what your personality is, and it really just, the Jeep brand really lives up to personalization, making something your own, and they have a great platform to do that on, and that is the Wrangler. I don't know how many people have reached out to me to want to do the exact same hood decal that I did. Again, custom made. This isn't something you can get from the factory. This is something that I did, something I did personally, that I wanted to stand out and be a little different from every other MOJITO Jeep that is out there. All this vinyl is hand cut, the pinstripe is hand laid, and obviously it makes this Jeep stick out so much more than just having an all green hood, which I did like the all green hood, don't get me wrong, but the goal was to stand out and match the graphics on the side. Obviously, one of the other things that I did was window tint. This is something that you guys can decide for yourself. I decided to go 5 on the side and 20/20, which will give you pretty close to 5 in the rear. So I wanted it to be, dark all the way across. Some people like it darker in the back and very light in the front. Some people want to stay within the legal limit. Others want to go even darker than that. The choice is up to you. Obviously, in my last video, I decided to do some LED lights, some dual cubes on the side, 30-inch across the hood instead of a 50-inch across the roof. And that's really what this video is coming down to, is personal preference. What makes a Jeep one of one? And that is up to you. You can do whatever you want. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. There are a lot of people that just buy, from the dealership, it's already lifted, it has light bars on it and all that kind of stuff. They're really not gonna take it off road, but regardless, they wanted a Jeep and they wanted it to be big and they wanted to stand out. That's what they wanted. And I know there is a lot of people that comment on those Jeeps and say, nothing but a mall crawler, this thing will never see dirt, all this stuff. Yes, the Wrangler is made for the mud and for the dirt and for rock crawling, but that doesn't mean that your average person doesn't want to drive a Wrangler every single day. So if you're gonna buy a Jeep, if you're gonna put light bars on it, if you're not gonna lift it, if you're gonna lower it, if you're gonna do whatever you want to it, make it yours, make it one of one. Don't worry about what anybody else says. There's always gonna be those people that said, you did it wrong, you should do it this way, you should use this liftgate, you should try these tires, don't buy these light bars, don't buy this window tint. Whatever it is, there's always gonna be somebody on the opposing side. But today is a special day. Not only are we customizing my Jeep a little bit more, something that personalizes it a little bit more to me, but this will in fact, as of this very moment right now, be the only MOJITO Jeep with this factory option. As you can see on the bag here, Mopar, official sticker, genuine parts, and yes, I got the red ruby dash. Now, I already know I am going to get so many comments on why are you putting a red dash in a green Jeep? Everybody is going to put, aren't you worried it's going to look a little too Christmassy? Aren't you worried that the red doesn't go with the green? No, not at all. One, because the Rubicon comes with factory red pinstriped decals, factory red trail rated badges, as well as Jeep badges on the side, red tow hooks on the front and on the rear, as well as the red factory shocks. Not only that, but you get inside the Jeep, black seats with red stitching, red shift knob, red stitching, red 4x4 controls, and red stitching on the steering wheel. Not to mention, it says Rubicon in red on the seats, regardless of if you get cloth or leather. So when people are gonna go ahead and comment that anyways, down below that says, that looks absolutely horrible, I don't care. Again, this is something that makes my Jeep one of one with a factory part. Now, when the Wrangler was debuted at the LA Auto Show, there was a hella yellow that had the red dash. So many people trashed it. I actually wanted it, that exact model, exactly the way it was set up. But a lot of people said, I don't want a yellow Wrangler with a red dash. So when they actually opened up ordering for the Wrangler, all three of the grays, the white, the black, and the ocean blue were the only ones that got the red dash, leaving hella yellow, mojito, and pumpkin to fend for themselves with a gray dash. I personally do know a lot of people that have those three colors that are looking for the red dash. They want it in their mojito, they want it in their hella yellow, or they want it in their pumpkin. It is something that should have come with the Rubicon package, regardless of what color it was. I think it just ties in all the rest of the graphics that are on there, so it doesn't really matter whether you had the red dash or not. You can do exactly what people are doing right now and wrapping it, taking it apart, wrapping it, taking it apart, painting it, all that kind of stuff. Which brings me to one of my points. Every single person that had the red dash that I reached out to that said, oh, I'm painting it this weekend, or oh, I'm wrapping it this weekend, I said, hey, do you want to trade dashes with me? Like, I have the silver dash, you can wrap it, you can paint it, I just want the factory red dash. And every single one of them said, well, no, I kind of want to keep the red dash. I don't blame them. I actually love the red dash. Clearly, I went ahead and bought it. And I understand the wrapping part. Yeah, I want to wrap it in case I want to go back to the red, I can just peel the wrap off. That makes sense. But for the people that were painting it, didn't really make sense to me. They're like, oh no, we're just going to paint it. Well, why wouldn't you just give me the factory one, trade me, and then you can paint a gray, boring dash? I mean, people's logic, you know? So since it's raining outside, let's go ahead and pull this Jeep in and make it a one of one with a factory red dash in a Mojito Jeep. So as with everything, there is something to find out about your car every time you work on it for yourself. I couldn't get this dash piece apart for the life of me. The side, the airbag side, the passenger side. After some searching, found out that there are two bolts straight up underneath the glove box, somewhere right next to this harness. You have to take out because those bolts are holding in the airbag. The airbag is holding onto the bracket that's holding that dash piece together. So you have to take all of it apart. So as you can see, super easy, relaxed, you know, install, easy to take everything apart. You only have to take a few things apart. Obviously, I'm totally kidding. It wouldn't have been that bad had I known that those two bolts that come up right here are holding on the airbag. I accidentally knocked my mirror off, so you can see it's dangling there. Because I was trying to look down and see how this thing was connected. So now we're just gonna take the airbag module, put it into the red dash, take the red dash into the Wrangler, put everything back together, good to go. Man, I was so excited to get that airbag in there that I actually forgot we have to take these vents out as well. So you can see on the front, you know, the Jeep vents, and on the other, you know, the red dash, there's nothing. So to take these out, very easy. Just 3 screws on the back. 1, 2, and 3, and then they just screw right onto the back of the red dash. Torx bits, Jeep? Really? Torx bits? So here we go, hat back on. My face is all red, it's so hot in this Jeep putting this thing back together. But here we go, final product. Boom. I can see why Jeep, you know, left this out of the Mojito. It's not for everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and admit that right now, but I think it's absolutely dope. I have a few friends that were actually very upset. David and Kim, they were actually in the shop today. They actually picked up their Pumpkin Rubicon yesterday, and today they are actually driving it straight out to Moab for a few weeks. But I was talking to David, and David, this one's for you. I know you were upset that yours didn't have the red dash. I think it would look really, really dope in the Pumpkin, especially because you know, you have the red lettering and all that. I mean, we talked about this. And then my neighbors up north in Chicago, James and his wife, they run MOJITO Jeep Instagram. I was actually tinting the front 2 windows of a black Rubicon, and I posted a picture. I said, does anybody want to trade dashes with me? When he saw that post, he reached out and he's like, hey, we were thinking about doing the red dash as well. So I'm not the only one crazy enough to think that this would be a good idea to have the red Rubicon dash in a Rubicon, no matter what color the exterior is. I think I can get used to looking at this every day. You know, it ties everything together. You got the red stripe, you got the red on the Rubicon, the red badges on the side. I think it's really nice detail, and they should have just left it that way from the factory on all the Rubicons, because obviously you could see it matches the red that's down here and on the shift knob, all the stitching, all that kind of stuff. I still haven't figured out how to get this mirror back on. I accidentally bumped it with my head when I was trying to look down behind this piece to see how it comes out, and it came out so easily, but it's almost impossible to get back in there. So yeah, this may be hanging for at least another day or two. My Wrangler is now 1 of 1 with a factory red dash. I'm currently the only one that I know of in the world that has a MOJITO Wrangler with the Rubicon factory red dash. So the lesson for today, don't worry about what other people think. Do what makes you happy. Make your Jeep your own. Make it personal. That's exactly what Wrangler is all about. Anyways guys, that's gonna do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, do you like the red dash? Do you think it should be in every Rubicon? Personally, I think it looks really good. I like it. I think it should be in the Rubicons. It definitely stands apart. Yeah, it's a little Christmassy. I could see why they didn't do it to the Mojitos from the factory. Not everybody is gonna like it. but that's how it goes. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, leave a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel below. I am almost at 3,000 subscribers. I'm trying to reach another 1,000 before SEMA. That's right, another 1,000 in 1 month. So get down there, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this thing to 4K. And as always, guys, I appreciate you watching until the end. We'll see you in the next one.